Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our program brought to you by Phil Cobble, Fine Homes and Land. Look at that home right there. Gorgeous 3-story custom-built palace, only 8 years old. It's in the Berkeley Park area of Farragut. 2 kitchens, a spectacular home theater, 6,900 square feet of luxury. Visit philcobblehomes.com for more info on that home and many more listings. Phil Cobble, Fine Homes and Land. All right. Dave Hart and the UT Athletic Department have sent out surveys to season ticket holders and donors this week to gauge their feelings about major renovations at Neyland Stadium, or actually in the last couple of weeks. Want to show you what they're talking about. These are some of the things that are under consideration. All right. New club seating areas, patio box seats. Neyland Stadium doesn't have patio box seats. New suites. Outdoor covered seats with a patio. That's different from the patio box, I guess. That would be sitting like behind the video board, scoreboard, under it, and top row, but beneath the scoreboard video board, and you'd have a palace that you could walk, a patio that you could walk out into the back and overlook the river and the mountains in downtown Knoxville. Obvious restroom and concession upgrades, most of this focusing on the east and south side since they already did some stuff on the north and west side. And then just to give you an idea, here are some small photos that really tell you nothing, but I wanted to show you the photos. All right, those are the photos UT sent out. Yeah, that's what UT said. Yeah, the field looks better than reality. You look at all the seating areas, the box seats, all that stuff. Is Tennessee in danger? Because I'm going to guess those aren't really seats for the average guy. The average guy isn't going to buy himself a new box seat, new club seat. Is Tennessee in danger of pricing out the little guy, or has the little guy already been priced out at all these stadiums?
Well,
he's nodding.
I've got.
Go first. You're right.
Yes. I think it's terrible. As a matter of fact, I think the concession.
You mean everyone or Tennessee?
Since I go to Tennessee games, I'm going to concentrate on Tennessee. But yeah, the concessions do need upgraded. They're terrible right now. If you're not one of the people that has a suite or a box or anything like that, the bathrooms are in pretty lousy.
Yes. Let's move on.
Lousy shape. I'm talking about number.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I think the average guy is getting squeezed out. I think it's a horrible situation.
All right, squeezed out money-wise.
I know lots and lots of little people, average people, who still have season tickets and so
you talk to them regularly.
Yes, but I don't think anybody I know or lives in my neighborhood is going to be buying a patio or club seat.
Okay.
I just think the whole thing's silly. I mean, I remember going to games in the 1980s with my dad and sitting 3 rows from the top on a bleacher seat and being happy to be there. I realize it's this way everywhere, and you got to it's a money grab, and that's the way they can make the money off the luxury places. But good Lord, you need to go sit out on a patio at a football game?
Well, what do you want to look at the river for? There's a football game. And how long has it been since big-time college athletics really cared about the little guy anyway?
Look, the trend is this, and we've talked about it on the show before. I've been beating this drum since the CSS and Mr. SEC days. The day's coming when all these stadiums get smaller, you drop capacity, the seats get bigger, plusher, you got more TVs. It's more for the big money folks, because if you're not winning and winning constantly, like 11-1 every year, you're not going to fill your stadium anymore. You can have 102,000 seats. We've seen Tennessee over the last 10 years. How many times have they had 102,000 fans fill that stadium? Not tons.
No.
So if you're Tennessee and you're sitting there going, that's wasted space. Now, if we could make a nicer patio area and get twice as much cash for it, let's do that. I think that's where you're going. Do you think any fans would be upset if they drop capacity?
Well,
which I think they will.
How hard is it going to be for Butch Jones not say 102,455?
No, he'll figure it out.
He'll say it anyway. Say it anyway.
Because that money will go into some of it in his back pocket.
102,455 minus 38421 equals. Yeah. But do you think? The capacity thing, those wars are over. You're not number one in the South.
I don't think the number matters as much as a full stadium. I kind of agree with you. I mean, you've seen it at Florida. You've seen it a lot of other places.
I think it still matters to some people. I think
it
some
matters
people
to some.
still want Tennessee to be big.
But you're not the biggest in the conference. You're not the biggest in the nation anymore. You're not the biggest in the South, as you used to claim.
If fewer seats mean wider seats, or it's easier to get up from your seat and go to the restroom, or if you actually have Wi-Fi or cell phone reception, I think that's what matters to a lot of people.
And that is the comeback to my argument is a lot of the people like myself who make a fairly minimal donation and buy. I think you find out that you go to the game and it is uncomfortable, and so Tennessee wants to make it more comfortable, so things have to happen. Prices go up, so that is the counter to my argument.
For years, I have argued that if Tennessee created one segment, drop the capacity in that segment in that section, make the seats wider, call it the big butt section, people would spend extra cash to get a wider seat. I have no doubt in my mind about that.
But there's one thing I'd say, guys. If you're going to keep going up on the prices and doing some things, be careful, because look at what happened at Bristol Motor Speedway in their race.
Yep.
I mean, the stands were about half full, and who would have thought that would have happened at Bristol?
Yeah.
I think that has more to do with the overall NASCAR than it does Bristol. But still, if I'm UT, I'm paying attention to it. Finish it up, Mike.
I've never bought a ticket to a Tennessee football game, but I've been to about every home game for the past 30 years. Can we get the press box a little nicer? Come on.
Very good. All right, appreciate it. Always good when Mike talks about the commoners.
Yeah.
I look down on them.
That's right. Literally from the press box. When we come back, Nick Saban says that Georgia should be the best football program in the SEC. Is he right? Then we've still got more to come, including which Prince song title best describes the panel's feeling for Butch Jones at this point. Plenty more to come on The Sports Source.